Okay, groups, this is our 5.5 practice. Number 1 here, it says each pair of figures below are similar. Find the value of the missing variables. So here we're missing variable x and we're missing variable y. And we're going to use proportions to do this. So we want to look at the triangles that we have. So here we have triangle FDE. And I wrote it that way because F has 1 tick mark, D has 2 tick marks, and E has 3. So then over here we have triangle G, which corresponds to F, J, which corresponds to D, and then H, which corresponds to E. Okay, and now and it tells us that they are similar. So we already know that. We're not trying to prove that. It says each pair of figures below are similar. So we already know that they're similar, meaning that their sides are proportional. So if we look at the sides that we have, right here between our angles that have the 2 and 3 tick marks, so 2 and 3 here is 18, so we'd say x and 18 would be a proportion. And then if we look between 1 and 3 here, and 1 and 3 here, we would say 20 and 15 would be, and then also lastly would be 16 and y. So we can actually use these to help us solve. So I want you to focus just on these first 2 sets of proportions. I'm going to rewrite that problem. And we can actually solve for x by cross multiplying. So if I cross multiply, I end up with 15 times x and then 18 times 20. Okay, so if I want to solve that, 18 times 20 is 360. And then I can divide by 15 to get x, which is 24. Okay, now we just have to solve for y. So just like we did the other one, we're going to take away this first one here, and we're going to set up our cross multiplication. We can go ahead and cross multiply here. So we'd have 16 times 15, and then 20 times y. 16 times 15 is 240. And then our last step is to divide by 20 to get y by itself. So we end up with y equals 12. Okay, let's do letter B together. Okay, so letter B, we're going to go ahead and write our proportion here. So I'm just going to start here at J. So J, K, L, M is similar. Oops, these aren't triangles. So sorry. We just won't use a notation here. So J, K, L, M is similar to, and it looks like we could do N, P, Q, R. So let's go ahead and set up those proportions. So that means 6 and 12 here, 11 and 22, X and 16, and 10 and Y. And so if you look, every single one of these numbers is on top. 6, 11, X, 10. So you just want to make sure that they're all written in the same way, using the same figure on the top and the same figure on the bottom. Okay. So if we want to solve for X, we can use this proportion right here. We're going to go ahead and cross multiply. So I'm going to go ahead and do 11 times 16 and put it in there. 176. And then I'm going to divide by 22, which is 8. So that gives us x equals 8. And then we can do the same thing for y. So we have 10 over y. And you can use whatever proportion you want. I'll just go ahead and use 6 over 12. We haven't used that one yet. So if I cross multiply, I get 6y equals 10 times 12 is 120. And then I can divide by 6, which gets me 20 for y.